Jenny, I'm just waiting for a few people to join.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll start the webinar.
Sure.
Good afternoon, and a very warm welcome to all of you. Thank you for joining us in today's webinar on data analytics. My name is Ravi, and I am a program manager for data analytics at Upgrad. For those of you who don't know, Upgrad is an online education platform, and our aim is to create industry-relevant academic programs for working professionals, which help them in their career advancement. In today's webinar, we are going to talk about data analytics careers and opportunities in the sectors of digital media, uh, e-commerce, and telecom. I have here with me Ujjyaini Mitra, who is the speaker of the session. Ujjyaini is one of the most renowned data scientists of the country. She has more than 9 years of rich experience in big data and data analytics and data science across industries such as e-commerce, retail, CPG. Over her illustrious career, she has worked with marquee firms like McKinsey, Flipkart, and Bharti Airtel. She now serves as the head of analytics at Viacom 18. With that, let me just go ahead and invite Ujjyaini to talk about the topic on hand.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hi, welcome on board for this session. And in this session, we have decided that, let me open up some of the work opportunities that few, strongly performing sectors that are doing today. And some of those sectors are social media, e-commerce, and telecom. Digital media, particularly because today I would say that is really the buzzword around. I mean, that is the industry which has just started at their nascent stage, and they're really growing pretty fast. Consumers are changing the way they consume different video entertainment. That whole gamut is actually changing, and therefore there is a huge opportunity that's there in the digital media in terms of analytics, how we can help decision making in that platform. E-commerce, of course, it has started its journey 5 to 8 years back, and today it is one of the biggest sector in terms of their contribution to our economy, and one of the gold mine in terms of the kind of analytic work that you can do there. Third one is telecom, because just because of its sheer size and in terms of its reach and penetration into our people's life, lot of data points that are available in telecom which are not really available with many other sectors, and the kind of work that we can do there, the kind of work still not done there, is huge. So therefore, let me open up with that, and let me take you through different work opportunities or analytic opportunities that lies there in these three sectors. I will share with you a few slides so that you can look through that, and I'll take you through throughout the whole process through that. So the first I will start with something that Albert Einstein spoke. He told that in the middle of every difficulty lies the opportunity. I want to use this statement in a little the opposite way. So when we are looking for the opportunities, we should rather look at what are the different business problems or the difficulties that each of these sectors face, and therefore figuring out what are the analytic opportunities lies there hidden inside those business problems. So I will actually start with the business problem and then take you through what are the analytic opportunities there to solve each of those business problems. Now, whenever you think about any company, any organization who is doing business, what are the top important parameter that they think about? The first thing, the reason of their existence to do the business is, of course, to get profitability out of that business. So, ultimate goal of any business is, of course, to move forward towards the better profitability. Now, how you derive that profitability is actually the different question, and which actually differentiates company to company and organization to organization. So, if our ultimate goal is to maximize profit, obviously you will have to break it down into two components, because profit is nothing but revenue minus cost. So, you will try to improve your revenue, and on the other hand, you will try to optimize cost. So, what is the optimal cost that you pay so that you earn the best revenue, and therefore you can optimize the or maximize your profit. Now, when you are improving revenue, there are certain components into it. First component, how do you improve your revenue? So either you get more and more new customers in your business. More customers come, therefore they use your product or service more, and therefore your revenue improves. The second option is, among the existing customers, you try to sell more to your existing customer. The third one is making the existing customers visit more often. So earlier, if they were purchasing once a month, you make them come at least 2 times a month or 3 times a month, so that through their repeat visit, they start increasing the basket size that they earlier used to purchase, and therefore obviously you improve your revenue through that. On the cost side, there are different costs that different industries or different organizations go through. One of the most important cost is their marketing spend. When they're spending for their marketing of their products or services, that is their marketing cost, their SCM cost or the supply chain cost. And then they have their other cost, for example their data center cost, people cost, many other costs, and that these costs are very different from organization to organization, and every organization understands what are their cost components and therefore try to optimize on each of those. So ultimately, any organization or any company or any industry that you go through, the top line work that we do are actually to support this particular domain or this particular functions. So when you talk about the new customer acquisition, you talk about they're targeting the right customers and bringing on board the more loyal and more valuable customers. So that's the customer acquisition analytics. The second one, when you are selling more to the existing customer, that is about sell how much you can cross sell or upsell to the same customer based on their behavior. So how can you actually give them the right recommendation so that they buy more? The third one is existing customers coming back again and again. So that is almost like how do you make your customers and convert them into more loyal customer, so that they start buying from you more. The on the cost side, once again, when you are doing marketing spend optimization, you look at different marketing spends that you have, and you try to optimize around that, and looking at how much impact each of them are giving to you. The supply chain management, different organization has it different way. For example, e-commerce, of course, when they are delivering the products to your doorstep, they need to optimize their supply chain in a very big way. So a success of supply chain component itself is one of the biggest success factor for any e-commerce organization. And then of course, when you are looking at the other cost, there will be cost like manpower cost. So how do you and that falls into the HR domain, and they think about how do I optimally get the right skilled people and how do I retain my employees there. So now under each of these buckets, let's look through what are the different works actually happen. So first, even before going into this profit, revenue, or cost, whenever a company or organization has started or even thriving through the market, one of the best questions that they ask is, what is the company stands for. So what is the brand positioning of the company? What is the biggest question in the human life that I answer, or biggest convenience that I provide to the our customers life, and therefore I stand out for that. And this one question that could be solved partially through analytics. So you can actually look at the company's position in terms of the market, in terms of the competition. You can also look at how your consumers perceive you through the way you behave, through the kind of products you bring to the market, or the kind of services you bring to the market. And through that you can come up with the company's brand positioning. And then different commercials that you publish, different actions that you take, the different loyalty programs that you go through depends a lot, because ultimately you want to stand your company's brand positioning through each of the actions that you do. And the first and foremost question that should be answered, and that's where the analytics could be utilized, is decide company's brand positioning. Now let's go down to the bottommost layer, where we were talking about new customer acquisition. What kind of analytics you do there? So you actually first, you are looking at the consumer decision journey. So consumers are coming to you and buying from you, but even before they purchase from you, what kind of decision journey they are going through? Every time a consumer purchases a new product, or new brands product, they think through first, and therefore the brand need to create the awareness around their product and services. The next layer is the consideration means that given different competition product under the same product portfolio, why should the consumer choose your product? So that is the consideration level. And then the third one comes when they're purchasing. After they purchase, what kind of post purchase support your organization is providing to them. And therefore this whole thing and tied up together, and then comes back to the next purchase decision that the consumer makes. So therefore the consumer decision journey is one of the most important part of any organization's portfolio when they're thinking about new customer acquisition. The second one is targeting the right customers for the right product. So suppose you are selling electronic goods, and whenever a customer is coming, a new customer is walking up to you. How do you assess the person's requirement, and therefore you offer the right product to that person? And when the person is not walking up to you, how do you go and scout about the right audience or the right targeted customers for your product or services, so that they come on board to your company? Third one is the customer segmentation. So now you have certain number of customers, the new customers who has joined, and you want to see that given your services or the products, who are the different customers that come to you, what kind of customer segments you have. And this customer segments is not necessarily just the demographic segmentation, not necessarily just their behavioral segmentation. You can go creative about what kind of customer segmentation you want to create there. Most of the cases, we look at whether their gender, their age distribution, their geo distribution, and some basic interest distribution. But that's probably not enough, because that is too much about the stereotype boxing of consumers into certain boxes. But people are not so much black and white. So how can you mix in your creativity and create a very good customer segmentation which addresses the right customer thought process behind choosing your products? Contextual marketing. So once again, if when you are targeting your new customers, how you target them through the contextual marketing. And the contextual market is, it's not enough that you are figuring out who is your right customer. It's also important when you are reaching out to that customer, whether the time when you are reaching out to the person, or the context through which you are reaching out to the person, is right enough for the consumer to really think about you. So for example, if a person is traveling internationally, the first thing comes in that person's mind is how am I going, I mean, once I reach the international ground, how am I going to connect with my family? So therefore it is about the international roaming telecom service that they're looking at. So that is the best time when you can go and sell an international roaming pack. But if you would have, every Sunday morning you think that you will send an international roaming pack, offer to that person, the person is not going to consider, and the person is actually going to overlook beyond a certain time. So at which context, what time, and to whom you are reaching out, that is called the contextual marketing, and that helps with the new customer acquisition. In case of digital marketing, I can digital media, I can talk about when a person is actually looking for a certain entertainment products. Say, searching for a particular video, a particular movie, a particular short movie, or a particular episode that I want to catch, and I'm actually going and searching that on Google. How quickly I can put my particular product given those different keywords, and therefore I catch that new customer to come to my platform and watch my shows. That's actually the contextual marketing. The last one, I would say, the customer survey and the white space discovery. So white space discovery is very interesting project, or a very interesting problem, where you know that today you have this particular products or this particular services, but what more, or what is the new discovery, or what is the new product that you should launch in your product line, so that it serves your certain customer segments and their certain needs. So that you can do through customer survey, and you can figure out what are the white space that you want to venture into. Let's move to the next bucket, where we are talking about selling more to the existing customers. So here, segmenting the existing customer. So in the first bucket, we spoke about the customer segmentation, that is about the customer segmentation of the new customers. In the second bucket, we are talking about segmenting your existing customers. And when we segment the existing customer, we understand what they are doing today, how they are doing today. And based on that, figuring out, therefore, what are they looking going forward? Where are their satisfaction and where are their dissatisfaction? How I can serve each of them better. There is no one single shoe that fits everyone. So therefore, when I'm thinking about my product improvement or my service improvement, I actually look through them, not all the customers at a time, but I look through them by different segments. Looking at n equal to 1 for the product improvement or service improvement is almost difficult. So therefore, looking at a certain segment level always help take the strategic calls. Cross sell and upsell, as I discussed, that whenever you have the existing customer, you are thinking, how can I sell more to this existing customer? What other products I can sell to the person when the person has already come on board and already shopping certain stuffs from me? Because bringing a person back to your platform every time is very costly. But when the person is already on board and doing the shopping or doing the searching of certain products, that time going for a cross sell opportunity is much higher and is much actually cheaper. So with a very small effort, you can gain a much bigger revenue through the cross sell and upsell opportunities there. Recommendation engine, of course, when recommendation engine helps in doing the cross sell and upsell. So when a person is searching something, how do I recommend the right product to this person, so that people do not have ample patience to literally go through the whole list of products that you have and then select. So based on the person's choice, based on his historical preferences and the behavior, I should be able to recommend the right product whenever the person is doing a certain search. And that's why it says, say in Google also, when a person is doing certain search, people don't actually scroll down, or people don't actually go to the second or third page to look for the right product. So if your product is not featuring on the first page, then you are almost out of the market, because you are almost undiscoverable. Same thing when a person is on your product platform or the service platform. If your products or services are not discoverable enough as per the person's choices, then those products are not going to be sold. So recommendation engine helps a big way to achieve those goals. Contextual marketing, as I told, how you are reaching out to that person, when you are reaching out to that person, and with what message you are reaching out to that person makes a hell lot of difference, about, improving your revenue. Customer retention, when you already have those people on your platform, how do you retain them? How do you save those customers with you, and improve their stickiness to your platform? Customer satisfaction, so customer satisfaction and customer retention or customer loyalty, they almost go hand in hand. And therefore, understanding customer satisfaction, whether it is, the satisfaction is derived through the UI UX of your platform, or through your call center, your post purchase services that you offer to your customers, or how early you are reaching to your customers in terms of your, delivery time and all those, that improves the customer satisfaction. Improved customer satisfaction equal to improved loyalty equal to, better revenue. Now all these things actually could be applied for to improving the selling more to your existing customer, and as well as bringing those customers and making them visit more often to your platform or to your shop. Let's move to the cost part. So in the cost optimization, one of the most important cost optimization happens at the marketing spend. So what most of the marketers, top commercial officers say, that they are spending a huge amount of money in marketing the product, and they also believe that half of that money is wasted. What they say, that they know that half of the money is wasted, but what they don't know is which half of that money got wasted. So in which channel it got wasted, where they have spent, which did not give them the right impact or the right return back. So there, right allocation of the marketing budget through marketing mix modeling is one of the best analytic work that we can do. We can also look at how about the pricing optimization. So generally when organization starts, their pricings are not always absolutely right, because they have just started. They have probably learned from their competition, or the big competition, those are out in the market, but not necessarily that what works for your competition always works for you. So particularly the pricing optimization for your own organization needs a very big analytical help, so that over the time you can slowly you can move towards the right pricing. The product optimization or the product portfolio optimization, what exactly you want to keep as on your platform, what products or what services. Say it's a digital media, then I want to know what all contents or what all videos I want to keep on my platform. What is my target audience, and for whom I want to keep those. So right product portfolio, how often I should improve on those, how often I should get the new videos, how often I should publish new products, how often I start new business lines. For example, when Flipkart started, they never started with all the products. They started with books, they started with mobile, and then slowly they started improving, and today they even service furnitures. Today they service multiple other products in there. So over the time they have added those product portfolio on their platform. So therefore understanding what is the optimal product portfolio. Now some of these products, for example, in the meanwhile in Bangalore, Flipkart even started grocery, but then they realized that that at that moment it was not the most matured business line. So then over the time they actually optimized on it, and they took it back for some time, and then they said that okay, we want to first mature on this ground and then move ahead about the grocery market. So this is called the product portfolio optimization, and analytics has a big role to play there. The other cost, for example supply chain cost, or the other cost, procurement planning. So when you are procuring certain products or services, what are the right cost of those what are the right cost at which you should procure, what are the right product that you should procure, what is the time stamp, what is the time duration, time period beyond which you should procure them. So all these things work for the procurement planning. Right inventory optimization, location and the product portfolio. Delivery optimization, for example, the route planning, forward and the backward delivery, re-inventorization, all this work for the delivery optimization, employee cost, technical cost like your data center, customer service, etc. Now in all this, we have seen a huge number of opportunities, or a big opportunities are there to be able to work on these grounds and help problem solve the business problems through analytics. Now when when the junior people are joining or coming to this path, so many of you are also moving from your current career path, and you want to build your career on analytics, or many of you have certain analytic background and you want to proceed ahead or grow in that. So what is really required, what is really expected from you? So you might heard multiple different things that you can learn in analytics. You can learn their different tools, different techniques, different statistical or the machine learning concepts. You can learn business acumen, you can learn the industry knowledge. But to be honest, when we ask different experts, certain things really come up pretty big, and which is really expected from you. So the first one and foremost one is having a very clear, concise concept building in you. So when you are working on a certain particular business problem, what are the background solution concepts that you are using there is most important for you to learn. The moment you learn those concepts, it becomes very easy to apply the same concept cross industry, cross sector, cross domain, just to doing certain modification into that concept. But if the concept is not very clear, then applying the same concept into different industry may not be easy for you. Then learning the techniques, how to apply that concept. So concept means, say for example, you have learned logistic regression. So when you are learning logistic regression, understand the very in-depth knowledge of the logistic regression, why it is used, how it is used, what are the some of the positives and weaknesses of the logistic regression. Once you understand weaknesses, you will be able to apply it at the right sector in the right way. Then go about learning how therefore build a logistic regression model. That is the technique of it. The tool is, when you are building that technique, what kind of software or what kind of tool you want to use. Do you want to use R, Python? You want to use certain GUI based tools like SAS, SPSS, or any other tools. So that talks about the tools. The fourth part, which is very soft skill, I would say, and it's highly expected when you are joining any organization at a junior and the entry level, is the learning attitude. Nobody expect you to know everything when you are joining there, and what is really expected is you know the concepts very well, you have solid concepts in you, and then you have a very strong learning attitude. So given the new things, you will be able to learn those, you will be able to move forward and take your own career growth forward. So that's the learning attitude. Industry knowledge, business acumen, actually you can build over time. And when you are joining job, you will be obviously working alongside with some senior members, and you will slowly be able to grab on those. So be very focused on these points. I will quickly take you through, four very specific analytical works where digital media, e-commerce, and telecom sector. It's almost the same concept, but you just apply it different way. And why I want to particularly show to you these things. First of all, this will prove once again why understanding the concept, techniques, and tool so important, so that you can apply them cross industry. The first one about it is marketing, customer segmentation. So customer segmentation, how we do it in the digital media, e-commerce, and the telecom sector, and what is the role of analytics there. So first of all, let's understand why customer segmentation is important. So in digital media, not all audiences are same. Everyone has their own liking and disliking about what they want to watch, when they watch, how they watch. So, for example, you may like to watch a realistic movie, but your mom wants to catch up on a biopic, and your sister wants to watch cricket. So, therefore, each of your choices are so different that today, TV, household having one TV does not serve the purpose. And that's the reason why digital media has ventured into, and that's the reason why it is growing so fast. Because your choice and my choices are so different. TV is a linear platform where at the same time only at a single channel only the one show can be aired. But that's different for the digital media. You can just go and watch it on your own mobile. The e-commerce, not all consumers are same. Everyone has their own requirement and choices to buy. Where you can, suppose you want to buy a Prada watch, but your mom actually likes to buy a Paul Coelho books. She is a big fan of that author, and then your sister wants to buy a newly launched iPad. So each of your choices are different. So when you come to a particular e-commerce platform, based on your choices, based on your search pattern, they should be able to show you the right Prada watches to you. On the other hand, when your mom comes to their platform, they should be able to show the newly launched Paul Coelho books, because she are absolutely always buys them, the moment it comes. And similarly for your sister, they should be able to show the right iPad that she is looking for. Now let's go back. Now let's look at the telecom. So not all users are same. Not all subscribers are same on the telecom operators. Everyone has their own requirement. Where probably you may like to speak a lot, but your mom wants to catch up on her serial, which she missed yesterday on TV. So for you, the right, the right utilizations of the money that you have spent on your telecom operator is more to get the voice minutes, whereas for your mom probably more, data, because she wants to watch those videos when she is free. And then your sister wants to tweet and flaunt about her newly bought iPad or newly bought gadgets. So therefore for her, it's more about the connectivity through data once again. Now, how to create those segmentations? To be honest, if you understand what is segmentation, if you understand, certain segmentation techniques, hierarchical, k-mean, two-step, so that you can go and apply the same into digital media, you can apply in e-commerce, you can apply in telecom, and to be honest, in any sector. So for example, like I will show you where they are different. They are just different in terms of the KPI that we are choosing. So for example, for the digital media, we look at the behavioral segmentation, like what they watch, when they watch, how frequent, how long, on Wi-Fi or mobile data, which kind of handset they're using, what is their streaming pattern. All those things derive their behavioral segmentations. The similarly, if I go for the behavioral segmentation of e-commerce, the same concept of hierarchical or k-mean segmentation just changes through the different KPI, and there we are checking what you buy, when you buy, how frequent, how much you spend on promo versus new arrival, your what is your purchase trail, what is your behavior, how often you add things on cart and you just abandon those, all those stuffs. Demographic, once again, gender, age bracket, economic affluence level, geolocation, all those things. Attitudinal, through attitude survey, attitudes says that what I want to purchase, what I feel like I want to purchase. But behavior is what you really showcase by doing. So there is a difference between an attitudinal versus a behavioral segmentation. And attitudinal could be achieved through the survey, whereas behavior is actually achievable through your CRM database. Similarly, in the telecom, when we look at the behavioral segmentation, see the same concept, same KPIs are now changing here is what all services you are using, when you are using, how frequent you are using, how long you are talking, whom you are speaking to, calling pattern, weekdays versus weekend, how much you spent, single versus multi-sim. So those are your behavioral patterns there. But ultimate concept behind this are absolutely same. Let's move on to improving customer loyalty. So why we want to improve the customer loyalty? Because obviously, as I told you, the improving customer experience implies customer improving loyalty, and better loyalty is equal to more revenue. So this is the top concept of why everyone wants to go behind and create a loyal base of customers. Now just look at how the same concept is changing from digital media to e-commerce. So in digital media we are talking about who are my loyal customers. Those are my video watchers who came to my platform very recently, who come often, spends long time, watch multiple videos on my platform. If the media if the I mean, if the subscription is, digital media is more subscription based, then you can also look at who is spending how much. Is the spending is a more regular pattern? So for example, you have taken a premium a gold service plan, and then are you renewing on that, regularly, or are you actually not renewing very regularly, or changing your plan? So those shows, who are my loyal customers, or who are my loyal viewers. In the e-commerce side, we say who are my loyal customer. So those who shop from my e-commerce site, recently, who buy often, who spends more, spends on multiple products or the multiple product segments. So someone who not just buy books, but they buy book, they buy electronic, they buy, small electronic product, kitchen appliances, all sorts of products that I have. So those are more loyal customer. Similarly, in the telecom, we call it as a loyal subscribers. So who recharge recently, who recharge often, who speaks long duration, use various subscriptions of my various services from this operator. So when we say various services, so this person not only just use the operator minutes just to make voice calls, or just to receive calls. So I do certain I do certain recharges to my mobile, but it's only to receive calls from my family members. I don't make any calls, and I don't do much usage. So creating a loyal base from this kind of customers are difficult, versus a customer who uses, my payment bank, who uses my voice call, who uses my data, who uses my, other services. They are actually my more loyal customer. Now, how to improve loyalty? So analytically, in, say for example, in the digital media, you can check if the loyalty coming from a specific segment of customers, or from all segments of customer that you have created earlier. Now, if it is coming only from a single type of segments, then you know that the you are not actually targeting the other segments right. On the other hand, if it is coming from the different segments but not in a bigger size, then you know that, either it is about the awareness problem, or you are not reaching out to the bigger mass of the segments properly. So through machine learning algorithm, you can separate, what is the most differentiating factors among this loyal customer versus those you think, are not so loyal. So focus on the content diversity, the smooth platform experience, personalized recommendation engine, and these all are going to improve the loyal viewers on your platform. So once again, first to derive what is the point you need to focus. Is it the content diversity? Is it the smooth platform experience, or is it the personalized recommendation? And then each of them become one business or analytic case, and you can solve them separately and join them together to improve your platform loyalty of the viewers. Same for the e-commerce. Analytically, you can check that, loyalty coming from a specific segment of customer or all segments, and there you can focus on the product diversity. So like in digital media, you are thinking about the content diversity. Here you can think about the product diversity, the smooth platform, the payment experience, the customer care touch point. So when customers are calling your customer care, how fast they are able to reach to one of your customer care executive, and they are able to solve those problems how fast. On time delivery, personalized recommendation engine. Once again, you have to figure out where exactly the business question lying, and which can help you improve those loyalty. In terms of telecom, once again, you focus on the right pricing of the voice and the data packs, the network quality. So for example, the content diversity or the product diversity, and for the same thing, works for telecom, where you are keeping how different types of offers you have, how different bundles of data, voice, and other products you have, so that it can cater everyone that comes to your platform, or at least most of the people that comes to your as an operator. Customer service, contextual marketing. So ultimately, when you are trying to improve loyalty, the kind of questions where you focus around these segments are very similar, the concepts that you are applying very similar, but how you are applying, the kind of KPIs you are targeting, they changes. The third one I'll talk about quickly about the inventory optimization. And generally we think inventory is mainly for the retail or the product companies, but it's not necessarily right. So look at what is inventory management for digital media. In a digital media, inventory means advertisements inventory. So that is the slots available in various shows or videos to place commercial advertisements or house promos. And inventory management means optimizing them for various advertising clients at the optimal price. So just see here, the inventory management alone actually breaks down into so many different analytical optimization problems. First, you are optimizing, which client to air at what time, how many slots you have. Even within a same show, how different ways you can show different advertisements. What is the optimal pricing for each of those slots? For e-commerce, the e-commerce inventory means the stock of product that they are selling in various inventory locations. So there the problem is, at a three dimensional, I would say. So inventory optimization here means what to stock, how much to stock, where to stock. This is the three dimension, the biggest dimension of inventory management there. For example, if you are stocking a blue t-shirt, how much to stock of each of its various sizes and at which location. Suppose the e-commerce has their inventory position at three different locations, one at north, one at south, one at towards the eastern region or the west region. Then understanding how many of each of the sizes of the blue t-shirt I should stock there, how often I should stock there, and so that the delivery will be much smooth. In the telecom sector, what is inventory? The telecom sector, actually the paper recharge option, which we have, that is called the inventory there. So where and which schemes of those coupons should be delivered. Once you scratch those coupons and you can dial that number, you receive the recharge. So for that, daily or the weekly stock planning is required. What particular denomination of those recharge coupons should be delivered at which particular retail store, where all those things need to be optimized. Otherwise, the customer will come, they will look for a particular denomination you will not have, and the customer will move out. Probably they won't buy your recharge, but they have another SIM sitting in their mobile, and they will say, okay, if you don't have for this operator, give me the other operator. So therefore, optimizing all these paper coupons at all the locations are very important. The last one I talk about quickly is the marketing budget allocation. In the marketing budget allocation, the way we solve for it is the marketing mix modeling. So in the digital media company, we spend on marketing, for example, to get more viewers on our platform, improve views to our videos, create brand awareness and loyalty, increase new customers or the new viewers to come to my platform. For e-commerce, it is to bring more new customers to my platform, to improve conversion rate. So those who are buying, how many of them are actually ending up buying certain products? Create brand awareness, promote specific promotions. For example, during a Diwali time, if I'm giving a big kind of promotion, how do I go and promote about it so that people really land up on my platform and then they buy? Existing customers to become loyal and ultimately improve revenue and profitability. In the telecom sectors, we do marketing to hold the market share, promote various services, increase subscription base, improve retention and reduce churn, to remain the primary SIM in the area of multi-SIM behavior. So today in India and Southeast Asian market, multi-SIM is a behavior which is not going to go. But what is important for the telecom player to see is, how can I become the primary SIM to that person? This person might have three SIMs, but my SIM is actually being used for most of the primary use cases. So therefore, how can I become the primary SIM and in the multi-SIM era? So those are the things and where we do the marketing. And how do I optimize marketing? I need to understand how much of each of those marketing levers I move so that I get 1% change to at my top level goal. So if my top level goal is the conversion, if my top level goal is to get the more new customers, or the top level the final revenue, based on each of those goals, I can see which platform, which commercial channel is working better for me. And then therefore so first couple of years you need to do an experiment and see what has happened, and based on that you will be able to optimize. So MMM generally works, when you already have a certain stable and a bit mature business. Generally, difficult to do it at a very nascent stage of the business. So and it helps a lot in terms of optimizing the different marketing and the commercial channels. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot to Jenny for that extremely informative session on data analytics opportunities in these three sectors. We have a couple of questions. If we can just take them, go ahead and answer them, that'll be a great help. So the first question is from Tushar, who wants to know, and this is a question which we keep getting very often also, is how can a beginner in data analytics, someone who does not have a lot of experience in the field, get into this field?
So as I told at the starting itself, that when a beginner is joining the data analytics course, or data analytics as a career opportunity, the first and foremost thing that we look for is the person's concepts are very, very clear. So if I am talking about, if I am giving a business problem, the person is actually able to break it down into analyzable steps and actually been able to do it. So generally, no one expects that people comes with big amount of the industry knowledges or big amount of the domain understanding, but if their concepts are not clear, if they don't understand that where k-mean has to be used versus a hierarchical segmentation, what are the difference between hierarchical segmentation and k-mean segmentation, what are the benefits of each of those works, then teaching that person, or preparing that person for that role becomes difficult. But if the person's understanding, technique, tool and concepts are very clear, coming on board is never difficult, and you can join literally any organization, any sector, any industry, because as you move over, as you grow on your career, you will of course change your companies, and you will also might change your industries also. And but knowing the concepts very well, you will be able to use it in different sectors and different segments. So that is really expected from a beginner, that concepts are very clear, crystal clear, you know how to do it. So just knowing the concept is not good enough, you also need to know how do I actually go and apply those concepts, given and you can literally learn in any particular way, like whether you do it in R or SAS, SPSS, or anywhere, knowing it is good enough. Even if you have done it in R, you will be able to do it in Python or in SAS. It just takes just a couple of days to learn to do it in a different technique, but knowing at least in any one tool how to do it is very important.
Thanks a lot to Jenny for answering that question. Another question which I'm getting from a viewer is, this person has done integrated MSc in mathematics and computing. She wants to know about opportunities available for internships specifically in data analytics, and how can she position herself for a job also.
So when you have done MSc, is that MSc in computing or MSc in some other subject along with computing?
So it is integrated MSc in mathematics and computing.
Okay. So, generally your college or the institute coordinator should reach out to different organizations for internship. And today, in today's world, most of the people, when they hire, they actually want to hire through internship. So it's always better to go and do an internship with the organization. But reaching out individually, I think it's very difficult for even an organization to manage. Your course should have at least a good 3 to 6 months of internship opportunity embedded inside. Your organization should reach out to different organizations about this internship opportunities. Then companies come to your company and do a certain round of interviews, and then select people to do the internship with them. And generally these internships always end up with giving a pre-placement offer. So those who are performing well during this internship and those who are doing really good, companies end up giving a pre-placement offer to them. So That's how it should work. If you individually reach out, I mean, if you know some people in different organization and you're very keen to do in that particular sector, you can go ahead and reach out to them. But actually talking to individual for any organization becomes very difficult. So it should actually come from your institution, so that organization feel that why they should go and and go and actually do the internship recruitment.
Thanks a lot to Jenny for answering the question. We have a couple of questions more. So this person has an MBA in IT and he has been working, he has experience of working in marketing automation platform during his internship. So now he wants to know what opportunities are there in front of him with respect to of the field of data analytics, and how can he enter this field with this experience.
Could you please repeat it again? So he has done MBA in IT, right? And
Yes.
what he is doing, marketing, something you told.
He has experience of marketing automation platform during his internship.
Okay, okay. Okay, so when you are doing marketing, automation platform, I would say you are, halfway there. So, see, when you do a automation of, any particular solution or a product, you first, anyway have understood that what the product is about. You have understood what kind of solution it is giving to you. So it is about, so in the process, the analytics is coming even before you are creating that automation, right? So first you are solving for it, preparing the whole algorithm behind it, and then you are moving into the automation part. So in the same organization, probably you can just transition yourself from this automation part to the previous part where the analysis and the algorithms are being built. What I would suggest, when you are joining this, you should also understand what kind of skills and capabilities are required. So if you have done MBA in IT, I'm not very sure whether you have also have enough experience in statistics, mathematics, those. So given that you have a computer science background, that itself good enough, because at least some of the statistical tools will be much easy for you to handle. Lots of coding capabilities that is required here will be very easy for you to handle. But then you also have to learn some of the statistical background. I would say once you learn that, then it will be very much easier for you to make the transition from what you are doing today to the other side of that, where actually the algorithms and the analytical spaces are being built. But being in the automation, you are already halfway there. You are already in the part of it.
Thanks a lot to Jenny for answering that question. One final question that I have is, how important is it to pursue post-graduation in data analytics, right, for to succeed in the field of in that field, and right? So, and is going abroad for a post-graduation recommended?
Okay, so the question actually has two parts. One is doing a post graduation in data analytics. So I would say till today, at least in India, I don't think there is any post graduation exist in the data analytics, because data analytics is such an applied field that I mean, you need to understand mathematics, you need to understand statistics, computer science, economics. I mean, it's a literally amalgamation of multiple different domains put together. So which generally till today is not much there. So the organizations like Upgrad, they are trying to cater to this part, and you can seriously look at their course structure there. But I would say that whether it's a graduation or post graduation, even if you do it in any one of the science, I mean pure science background. So for example, if it's a physics, if it's a mathematics, if it's statistics, even that will give you a very good start. But at the same time, one thing you must have is the good computer science background, because without computer science background, it becomes almost difficult just to translate, because then you will be only learning the concepts and not really learning the technique or the tools very well. So any one of the pure science along with computer science will give you a good mileage. Doing post graduation always helps, because as a graduation level you are just getting the basics built. It's just the foundation level. With post graduation, it helps you move further ahead, because your knowledge becomes much more in depth. Going to abroad, uh, to be honest, I mean, you can literally go abroad and nobody is, stopping you from that. There are like institutes like, if you get in MITs and those places, then nobody should stop you. But then there are, good organization, good institutes are in India also. And if you look at the best data science institutes, where, best data scientists are coming from, even in abroad, professors who are teaching there are also from India. So it's not mandatory that you have to go to abroad to pursue this. Even in India, you can go ahead with that. So you can go to ISI, you can go to IITs, you can go to other organizations. I would say triple IT Bangalore or ISB, or Pune University has very good statistics course. So you can literally, even look at within India. But it's not it's not a big extra benefit that you get going to abroad.
Thanks a lot to Jenny for answering that question. One final question from our viewer is something on these lines also, but a little bit more specific to his case, because this person has more than 5 years of technical and project management experience, and his job also involved some business analytics, but it was very little. That's what he says, about 10% of the job. So he wants to know. Say the question is on the similar lines. He wants to know, will certification help him?
Um, See, here you have to understand where your interest lies. Certification always helps you get to start at a starting level. Now, with more analytical understanding, it is, if it helps you to do the project management, or move to the better leadership role much faster, then please go ahead and do the certification course. Because say for example, you are leading a particular project where having an analytic understanding will help you guide the team for better, will help you deliver better results in those projects. Then doing a certification course will really give you a good mileage. But on the other hand, if you want to move from your current role to a data analytics, specific data analytics role, then you have to be very clear that with the certification courses, you will be once again coming back to the entry level or at a beginner level. You won't be starting at the same 5 years experience level in the data analytics. So if you have to choose which one you want to do, either way it helps, but how you are applying the certification course into your own career advancement, that you have to choose yourself. If you have to do within your current job, doing a better delivery, then yes, that is always going to help you. Then you don't have to come back to the beginner level. But if you want to completely change your role into the data analytics works, then you might have to come back to a junior role where a 2 years experience or 3 years experience people are starting. But of course, with your 5 years experience in project management will help you grow much faster compared to people who have just started. But you might have to join back at a junior or beginner level.
Thanks a lot to Jenny for answering that question. Those are all the questions that our viewers had. I'm just taking back control of the webinar, and we have about 5 minutes left on the clock, which I'll spend talking briefly about what the program is, Upgrad and Triple IT Bangalore's program on data analytics, and give you some details.
Yep.
So hello everyone, my name is Ravi and I'm a program manager at Upgrad for data analytics. So I'm sure by now all of you appreciate how big and how promising a field of data analytics is. In fact, all companies, in fact, not just these three sectors, but across the board, all sectors are now utilizing data analytics and the power of data to improve themselves, improve their efficiencies, understand their customers better, and generally gain a competitive edge in their sectors, in respective industries. Which is why we have created this program on data analytics. We at Upgrad, and in collaboration with Triple IT Bangalore. Triple IT Bangalore is one of the premier institutes of higher learning in the country, and their faculty is truly world class. So I just give you quick details about what the program is, how is it structured, and how is it delivered. The program essentially is an 11-month program. It is divided into 6 modules. With these 6 modules, we cover all the length and breadth of data analytics. In fact, this is the most comprehensive course on data analytics. We touch upon topics like data management, statistics, exploratory data analysis, predictive modeling, and predictive analytics, machine learning, big data, and finally, we end with a module on domain specialization, wherein you can choose to specialize in a domain of your choice from BFSI, e-commerce, retail, healthcare, or life sciences. With this domain specialization, you will actually be learning how data analytics is solving specific problems, business problems in these different domains, and which will help you sort of position yourself better in a field of your choice after you finish this program. As I said before, this program is in collaboration with IIT Bangalore, so this is an academically rigorous program. You will have continuous case studies, assignments, exams to judge your progress in data analytics, and at the end of the program, you will be rated on a GPA of 4. At the end of the program, you also get a PG diploma from IIT Bangalore, which gives you a very strong edge in the job market. I'll just quickly talk about what makes this program unique. As Ujjyaini also mentioned, the correct way to go about learning data analytics and get into the field is actually doing a lot of projects and applying those skills of data analytics, those skills of understanding of mathematics, statistics, those skills of different tools, techniques, and sort of actually doing a lot of projects, right? So we make sure that your learning remains industry relevant, right? By giving you a lot of case studies and assignments throughout the course of the program, which are built in collaboration with industry experts like Ujjyaini and a lot of others. We have a panel of industry experts drawn from different companies like Uber, Grameener, Citibank, and the list goes on and on. It's a long list. So these experts help us in designing the program, delivering the course, and also designing case studies. Now, case studies you will be doing case studies and assignments typically on a weekly basis. And these case studies are designed in collaboration with industry experts, like I mentioned before. So, for example, there's someone in Uber who was facing a problem, right, business problem, and that person is working in the analytics division of Uber. So we closely worked with him and designed a case study wherein we sort of took that business problem, and that has been designed for a case study and given to you. So once you complete a particular module, you will actually be given that case study and data, and then you will be asked to sort of solve that business problem. So in this way, this is just one example. Over the course, you'll do multiple such case studies, and in this way, you will make sure that your learning remains extremely industry relevant. The aim of this program is just to make your entry into the field of data analytics much easier, right? Give you the right tools, techniques, and the knowledge to sort of excel in the field of data analytics, and at the same time help you bring a very strong network of peers. So we have in the first batch, we had about 300 people doing the course, and these people belong to different these people bring in different work experiences. They belong to different domains, right? They belong to different levels in their respective organizations. So just by having 400 people, 300, 400 people with you doing the program simultaneously, you build a very strong professional network, which is not possible anywhere else. The other thing that makes the program is, of course, the domain specialization, which I already mentioned before. We also have a very strong, support structure throughout the program, wherein you will be assigned a relationship manager, which will help you overcome any roadblocks that you might be facing in the program. We also have an internal team of teaching assistants, which help you solve any queries that you might be it academic or related to the program, right? And make sure that you are appropriately motivated, right? And your engagement levels are high throughout the program. So yeah, that's pretty much I had to talk what I had in terms of the program. The program starts in March. We already have more than 350 applications for the program. I'm sorry, 350 people registered for the program. In fact, we had more than 2,500 applications. So if you guys are interested if any of you is interested in the field of data analytics, I would strongly recommend that you fill out an application as soon as possible and sort of register for the program, because seats are filling up fast. That's pretty much all I had in terms of the program. One final thought that I want to leave you guys with is data analytics is one of the fastest growing fields in the country. In fact, just the last year, the industry recorded 24% year-on-year growth, and 35,000 jobs were added just last year alone. So this should give you some idea of the potential of the field of data analytics. So if you guys are just thinking whether or not to do this, let me just go ahead and tell you that this is no more a discretionary, a sort of a step that you will take in your career. This is going to be an absolute necessity, no matter where you are working, which sector you are working in, and no matter your background. So data analytics has almost become a life skill these days, and I use it, and I'm sure a lot of you guys would have also be realizing that it is gaining prominence. It is gaining in prominence by the day. That's pretty much it. Thanks a lot for joining us again. If you guys are interested, do fill out the application. If you guys are interested in taking a look at the platform, there's a demo also present at Upgrad in Upgrad's website. Thanks a lot for joining in once again. Thanks a lot for Ujjyaini for taking time out of a busy schedule and helping us out in understanding data analytics opportunities in these three fields. Thanks a lot and goodbye.
Bye.